How we doing, YouTube? Stevie here. It is the 9/18 is what it is, I guess. September. It's been a while. Been about a month since I talked to you. Haven't quite got this figured out. My stupid camera. Not on this laptop. All this sound isn't very good on this laptop. I just checking it. But my phone, I got to get a new phone because um, I'm just having issues with it, I guess. But the phone part works okay. But I use Pilot fuel card, and I need to change that. I think I can get. Well, I know I can get a lot better discount than what I'm getting. I'm getting 23 cents off the cash price, and the main reason why I've been using it is because my lane from Markham to Evansville, primarily that's what there are pilots, and then there's a 1-9, and otherwise Loves, and I really Loves. I like to go to Loves and get ice because they got really good bags of ice that last for a long time, and they're only like $3 or something like that. And their ice is a little better than the Pilot ice, but otherwise it's kind of stuff that are kind of out of my way. Everything else is, and I don't mind really Pilots and Flying J's. Um, anyway, but the point of the phone was uh, my app stopped working on my phone a couple weeks ago, and it wouldn't let me update the um, the. It said I needed to update. You know how it'll do that every once in a while? It says you need to update. And when I would try to update, it would just say, "Oops, return to screen and update" or something. But the only two buttons on the thing was open, and you know how you go to the screen where you said I'm going to update, and it goes to that next screen, and where you normally push that little button, and then the little circle moves around, and then it says that you're updating. Well, it wouldn't work. Um, it kept sending me back to the other screen. So finally, after a week or two um, of being frustrated that it wasn't working right, I finally called up the Pilot folks, and I only didn't have to wait too awful long, 10 minutes, 15 at the most, maybe, uh, to get a hold of a live person. And the voice says, I told him what was happening, and he said, "Yeah, we've been having some issues, and what phone do you have?" I said, "iPhone." And he said, "What model?" And I said, 7 Plus. And he said, "There's your problem." He said, "They changed that. They've just redid the app, and it's got to be an 8 or newer for the app to work." So, son of a gun. I mean, I've been needing to get a new phone because then I uh, can do this channel on my cell phone, which is what I normally do. But right now, I'm having issues with it. It wants to send me to a different one of my other channels and not this one. So, long story short, I got to get a new phone because I use that app because I like then I can get reserve my showers without having to go into the building. I can look and see what fuel prices are everywhere along the way. And really, I'm just looking between three different spots to see which one's the cheapest. A lot of times, the 1-9 down off 74 is the cheapest. Um, I get a couple more pennies back from them on the reward side, but I don't get any discount. It's just whatever the pump price is because the 1-9 puts their pump discount already in it. So I just look and see who's the cheapest. And usually, uh, to be honest, the Pilot over in Lowell, Indiana, the Pilot Flying J's been cheaper than both of them. I don't know why. I think because they built that new Compass just down the highway, that next exit south, and Compass has got cheaper fuel than all of them. And I guess they're a big outfit out east, but I've never seen one till this one. Although it's a very nice truck stop. But even the Lowell's out of my way. Only one time a week can I get fuel there on my way from home to do my Evansville. But anyway, that was a sidetrack there, I guess. 5 minutes talking about nothing. Um, good, Arka. Um, waiting to pull the pin on that. Um, I'm doing okay. I think the rates are up a little bit. Feels like. Um, volume's down a little bit. Feels like, so it's kind of a wash there. Um, I want to be. I would wanted to be pulling my hopper by now, but on the bulk loads website or load board, bulkloads.com. If you go there, if you're in the bulk load business, make sure you use my name. I get a referral. Um, they it's like the DAT, but it's for hopper bottoms, bulk loads. So hopper bottoms, um, dump trailers, pneumatic trailers, and maybe tankers and tankers. Although I never go, I should check out that tanker page because they had a guy a couple years ago, that was just flat killing it in the tanker world. I don't know much about the tanker world in terms of rates and things like that, and um, but primarily it's hoppers, dump trailers, and then I would say the other two split kind of evenly, pneumatics and uh, and tankers. Uh, but it's just like that, same kind of thing. A little better than that, probably actually, because they have a pretty good forum and they have a classified section on there, and then they have a lot of news stories that comes up. So it's good if you're in the bulk world. Bulk loads is probably the best there is. Um, and then so anyway, the point of that story was, well, I'll look right now. I'll tell you, um, the rates have been not. I shouldn't say the rates. The volume not good, not good. Now, granted, right now we are at the probably the worst time of year for hopper bottom because in northern Indiana, where I'm at, they haven't started regular corn harvest or soybean harvest, and seed corn started. Tomatoes, of course, has been going, and potatoes have been going, um, but none of the regular crops have started going yet. And for some reason, the ethanol's been really weird. It feels weird anyway, because that's kind of going to be my bread and butter. So I'm looking at it right now. Um, bulk loads. I mean, you see that? Can you see that? Bulk loads. There are 8 loads within a 100-mile radius of my house. Well, actually, that's South Bend, um, which is not quite my house, but South Bend is where the ethanol plant is. So that's why I use that as kind of my home base. So there's 15 loads going from South Bend to Joliet, Illinois. That's 107 miles, 450 a loaded mile. Let's just calculate that real quick. Uh, 450 times, what did I say it was, 107? I think that's what that is. Yeah, 107. 107 times 450 is 481 a load, but there's probably nothing coming back yet. Sometimes you can haul that over there. That's a COSO load, is the broker. Um, you can haul that over to Joliet and then bounce over to what's that town where the Chicago River is there right off of 80? Ottawa, right by Ottawa, and you can get a load of fertilizer coming back out of Oakley. It's got a terminal right there off of the river. The I think it's is it the Chicago River, or the Plains River, whatever that river that goes out of Chicago through by where the rail yards are at over there. Um, you can get a load of fertilizer coming out of that terminal, coming back my way. So then you're loaded both ways. The secret to hopper is to be loaded both ways. So let's divide that by two, because right now there isn't anything coming back. But that'll change, I think, once harvest starts, because then guys will be using fertilizer more. I mean, regular field corn harvest. So that's 240 each direction. 4 or 5. You could do two of them. You could do two of them a day. So what would I say? That was 107 times 450, 481 times 2 is 963 on the gross side. 963. Half that time you're going to be empty. 107 times 4, 428 on the miles. Divided by, you're going to be heavy going the one way. Not overweight heavy, but full. So this thing wouldn't get better. Let's just say, actually, let's say 7 because you're going to be empty coming back. 61 gallons of fuel. Let's just say 5. 305 in fuel. What I said that was 961 minus 305. 656. And then you're gonna have some tolls. They're right at 294 and 80 because you stay right on 80 right there. So what is that toll wise? Like $5, $7 each direction. So let's just take off 28. 628. 628 after fuel. And my truck is a 135 at, yeah, 135 a day. So $500 a day to the house. $500 a day to the house after, before maintenance, before taxes. Um, four 428 miles a day. So, well, what is that? Let's just say, this before taxes. When they say it was 500 a day, 428. So that's $1.16 profit before taxes and before maintenance. But after truck payment, after fuel, after tolls. So that's not too bad if you can get two of them. But the point of that whole thing was, I guess, is to say that there isn't two of them to get. Last summer, or through most of winter, you could get two of those a day without any trouble at all. And the one fella, he's in here. What was his? I forget his name. Hancock, I think Hancock. He's another broker. Does a lot of that. But he had loads coming out of Grant Park, Illinois. Grain loads coming right back to South Bend. So you'd load at the ethanol plant in South Bend and make that turn. And so he's loaded both ways. Only had to make one turn. It was a really good deal, but it's not there anymore. Um, they don't have that for some reason. I think they got somebody doing it dedicated because I see a truck parked. I drive by that Grant Park all the time. Um, I mean, there's other loads on here. So, like, there's Kingsbury, Indiana. That's not very far from my house. Uh, to Tupelo, Mississippi. I really don't want to go to Tupelo, mostly because I don't want to get back out of Tupelo. There's North Manchester to PA. I wouldn't want to do that. There's a Chicago to El Dorado, Kansas. Um, Chicago to Peru, Illinois. Joliet to Stevens Point, Wisconsin. Joliet to, those are probably all, I don't know what, this might be fertilizer. Could possibly be salt. Joliet to Iowa, Lawler, Lawyer, Iowa. But like I said, that's only within 100 miles. Now, if I increase this to 150, which isn't really that far, much farther, that gets me down to Indy. Now I'm down to Indy. Now there's 229 loads. I've got to get down to the new ones. So there's 100 loads, and I've seen this on there quite a bit. 100 loads from Beech Grove, Indiana to Indianapolis. That's only 6 miles. Kingpin Logistics International Feed. I don't know what that is. And that's over the next 2 months. So I don't know. You might be able to haul them all at one time. I don't know. And then there was another, like there's 12 loads going from Lennon, Michigan to Augusta, Michigan. 40 loads from Lennon to Wajiak. That's 159 miles. Um, Lennon, Michigan to Dowagiac. That's a Morningstar grain, 48 cents a bushel. So let's just figure 480. I can haul about 1,000 bushel. About just makes the math easy. I don't know if I can haul quite that much, but close. Um, but the miles is a little bit more. So, but normally there should be that distiller grain coming out of South Bend all the time. And there was some other ones because there's a couple other ones yards around there that should have more of them. Long story short, that was a long way to get to this. There's not a lot of hopper loads right now. Like I said, but once harvest season starts in earnest, which will be in the next week or two, um, they'll really get rolling then, and then I'll make the switch. Uh, I was gonna stay on the dry van, which I don't know, I toy around with it. Um, but I don't know what to do with them. It's when I do the math, it's about the same money I'm making now, and I don't have to do any of the back office stuff now. Uh, and the only difference is because most of what I haul right now is spot market anyway. But where the difference comes in is when I run for Arka, um, I drop trailers all the time, so I make up the difference in money. What little money? Okay, I would make more money hauling them on the spot market directly myself through my own authority. But when I figure in that I'm doing dropping hooks on the north end, here on the south side of Chicago, and some the freight they got lined up on the other end at the lane I do, I make up the difference because I haul more freight during the week. So it ends up kind of being a wash, and I don't have to deal with so many appointment times because most of what I do doesn't have appointment times, which is nice. If I did that, I'd have to kind of be starting with a new broker and might not get the best appointment times, and I probably end up being gone from home just as much. So my hope is that I can I'll be on the hopper here, and well, I'll be on the hopper for sure by winter time. I'm not going to drive over the road over winter time again. Even if I just sit at home this winter, I'm not driving. And they're saying it could be a very bad winter, and if it is, I don't want to. I don't want to be on the road. Um, I mean, I'll run if it's cool out. I don't mind running in the cold, not cold, but I'm not going if the roads are bad like I've been doing before. And I could go haul scrap again, but to be honest with you, not that I wouldn't be honest with you, um, I don't want to tear my truck up. I like my truck, and scrap is very hard on trucks, and it would be more money than grain, but I don't know that it's more money after grain or after maintenance. When I haul scrap, and it might just be my luck, I don't know. In the last, I've been driving for Arca for almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years at Christmas time, and I've had, knock on wood, I have not had a flat on my this Peterbilt, and the new Volvo I only had one issue with a tire, and that's I caught a bolt somewhere, and I don't know if they was able to patch it or not. They just put me a new one on, and that tire wasn't very old. It wasn't very long after I got that truck. Um, so I've had one on the tractor in 2 years now, and on the trailers, like I said, I don't pull the same trailer all the time. I had one trailer tire blow out, and it was old. It wasn't in the best of shape. But I picked that trailer up. I didn't get an empty and then take that trailer. It was a trailer that had the load I wanted on it. So otherwise I wouldn't have taken it. Or I'd had them fix it, asked them to fix it. And they would have. That's not a federal case. They don't mind putting a tire on. Just got to have them do it. Um, and then I think I've had a couple tires that came in on trailers that one of them one of them was just low and he was able to put air in it, and then one of them I don't remember. It seemed like it may have had a little something in it, which he could have plugged it, but it was getting bad enough, and I think it was getting close to DOT inspection week, um, a blitz week. So I think we just decided it's close enough. Let's not take any chances. Let's take this trailer tire off and put two new trailer matching set on there. Oh my gosh, we're at 21 minutes already. I didn't talk about nothing. Um, I'll try to do some more videos with my laptop here and get back in the schedule. But otherwise, Arka's good. The Peterbilt's running good. Oh, I was going to talk about my breakdown. I had my first breakdown in the Peterbilt that cost me days off work. I've had a couple little things I've had to get fixed, but nothing that cost me a day off. I had my first one that cost me a couple days off. It should only took a couple days, but it ended up taking a week because the mechanic didn't really get on the job like he should have, and I would throw him under the bus. But since I'm the mechanic, I'm not going to. So, all righty, everybody. God bless. We'll talk again soon, and I'll try to get more up to date here. I know the sound's not very good on this one. I'll see if I can fix that.